Okay. You ready?
Sure.
All right. Welcome to this week's episode of Technology in Your Industry. I'm Aaron Brennan with Vipar, and this week I'm joined by Bill Pease. Bill, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Aaron?
I'm good. I'm very good. Bill, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, who you work for, and kind of how you guys work.
Yeah, my name's Bill Pease. I'm the technical support manager for Altec Industries. Altec is the leading supplier of utility equipment to uh, put in put in on poles and service lines and take care of all those kinds of things. And technical support, we are tasked with keeping those units up and running. So we have several guys that help our mobile service technicians out in the field when they run into problems, and we try to assist them via the phone, email, whatever means we can to assist them in getting the units back up and running and provide customer satisfaction, limit downtime, and those types of things.
That's awesome. That's very, very cool. So, within your industry and what you guys do, what type of technology are you guys using on sort of a day-to-day basis?
On the units themselves, Altec is probably the kind of the odd man out with the utility industry, and that our units have a lot of technology on them. We use multiplexing on our digger derricks and some of our small telecom units. We're familiar with fiber optic. We use fiber optic on a lot of our large aerials for the transmission lines. And so, as far as the technology side of it, Altec really has a firm grip on that on the units. And what we see, though, on the flip side is with service, we we kind of have a gray area there where we've been a little bit slow to bring technology in, and we're just now getting to the point where we've got smartphones out for our field service technicians, and some of the technology there has been a little bit slow catching up. And so we came across the Vipar, and that really looked like something we could use and integrate into our process.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're very excited about the way that you guys are using Vipar and even Lime. I know you've had some experience using Lime as well, right?
Yes,
What are you thinking of Lime so far?
Lime is great. It's easy to use, works very well. I like that you can do it smartphone to smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. So what kind of opportunity do you see with the Lime mobile to mobile video call?
I think it's going to simplify the process of assisting our technicians, and the technicians have really changed over the years. As the units have gotten more and more complex, we see that the new technicians coming into the field aren't the same as new technicians 20 years ago. Um, we've seen that a lot of the technicians at entry level are far below where entry level technicians were in years past. There's been a lot fewer people going into the skilled trades, and we see a lot of people going the path of college and degrees, and that's great. But we've seen a kind of dwindling in the skilled trades, so we've kind of had to step that up and make sure that we've got people in the offices that can take care of that and try to get those people up to speed.
That's great. And Lime sort of makes that connection happen faster, right? That progress move a little quicker, or
Absolutely,
potentially.
it
Yeah.
gives us the feeling like we're right there with them, and gives them that same feeling as well. So they may roll in somewhere and they're seeing something for the first time, but they're comfortable knowing that they've got somebody looking over their shoulder that's seen this before and is going to help them through it. And being able to, in real time, go in and see what they're seeing, hear what they're hearing, and have a direct impact on what they're going to do to resolve any problem they may have is huge.
That's awesome. That's really what we love to hear. We're all about helping people. So my next question is going to be sort of where do you see technology going in your industry? Where do you kind of see the biggest leap within technology?
Well, the technology, I mean, like I mentioned with the dwindling of the skilled trades, we've got to use technology to bridge that gap.
Hmm.
And I think that Lime is one good way to do that. And that's where we're going to have that seasoned veteran sitting in the office somewhere, and that he can go out and reach out to as many guys as possible quickly and share that knowledge. We've just gotten to a point to where um, those guys out in the field are working on stuff that they've never seen before, and so that technology has got to give us the ability to provide them the information they need quickly and accurately, and get that unit restored to operation. And Lime is certainly the next tool to do that. Where it goes from there, it's anybody's guess. I mean, certainly wouldn't have seen this coming. Even 5 years ago, probably wouldn't have seen this coming. So this is a giant step forward. So going forward, as we get better at what we're doing, this will evolve, and I feel that this will evolve with us.
That's awesome. That's really great to hear. So I know in some industries that there's a little bit of apprehension about taking on new technology. What do you feel that your industry's role is with that? Do you feel that there's some apprehension about taking on technology? Or do you think that your industry is sort of a front runner in sort of taking on new technology and growing with it?
Well, I think there is an apprehension because as these new things come along, we're all amazed by all of these new developments, and they're all headed in a new direction, and everybody's got their eyes wide open. But at the same time, as anybody that's gone shopping for a phone recently has realized, by the time you buy this technology, it's obsolete. So there's that apprehension, wondering, okay, this is good, but what's right around the corner?
Right.
And so we've seen a lot of people just kind of drag their feet because of that. And I think to an extent, Altec has done that as well. That we probably haven't been on top of the technology as quickly as we should have been, and we've certainly seen that. And with the changes we're seeing out in the field, then we're going to jump all over the technology and try to leverage it to the best of our abilities to assist with customer satisfaction, get the units restored to operation, assist with training, however else we may use it. The little bit that we've had an opportunity to play with Lime, we just keep finding more and more ways we could use it. And I think as we get better at using it, we'll have a better idea of what the next level would be.
That's awesome. That's really great to hear. So do you think that with sort of waiting for that next thing around the corner, does that put off training people on technology? Where you're always saying, well, this is great, but I'm going to wait till they come out with the next version or the next version after that. Do you think there's sort of like a lag time in training because you're not jumping in small steps, you're jumping in larger steps because of the growth in technology?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. I think that's a very good observation. We look at what we're doing with our mobile service technicians, and a lot of them are just now getting to the point where they're comfortable with a laptop and everything that they can do with a laptop out on the job site. And compared to the rest of the world, where all of us that are in an office, we've been playing with the internet and everything else for years, but these guys out on the road, they're not up there yet. And as we can integrate them more into that, we can start using those tools to assist with their training and assist them when they're out on the job site. So we've got to get them used to the idea of using technology to do that.
Right, and the more you're using it, the smaller incremental learning curve. I would assume that's I sort of had that same feeling. I don't know if it's the same across all industries, so it's very interesting to hear your perspective on that. Where would you say you saw sort of the biggest jump within technology, where you were in the industry and you were saying, wow, technology is really taking off? Was there ever a moment that you were like, wow, this is moving forward rapidly? Or has it just sort of grown slowly, or it just sort of came out of nowhere for you?
Well, in the grand scheme, it seems like it's grown slowly, especially compared to where we are now, compared to where we were even 15 years ago. And now it used to be if you didn't have a hard copy of a manual with you when you went out somewhere, you weren't going to get any better information.
Yeah.
And you could get on a cell phone and talk to somebody, but it was pretty hard to get across what you were seeing. And so as that got better, we saw the ability to send information back and forth quickly, PDFs, where we could get information out to a laptop pretty quickly. And so that became useful, and we started getting good at that. Then we're sending pictures back and forth. So incrementally, we've seen these improvements. And now we're at a point where all of this happens instantly. And with, pictures were a huge improvement over what we had before when we were able to send digital pictures back and forth. Now all of a sudden we had something. But, pictures still have a huge delay.
Right.
And so now there's no need for pictures. We can go directly to a video and see exactly what's going on there, comment on everything live, and make decisions based on what we're seeing immediately, not waiting for an email back and forth. So the incremental process, it's been too slow in the industry to warm up to these ideas of what we can do. And now we're at a point where everything can be instant if we would just let it.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely hear you on that one. That's an interesting point. So I have a question for you. If you could say you could make a technology that would make the job that you do a little bit more easier, or flow a little better, or just kind of communicate a little better, what would be the ideal technology for you that would make that sort of happen? If you could just say, hey, I'm going to make this technology, and this is the area that I'm going after.
For me personally, what we need is something to augment what we're seeing on live video.
Mm-hmm.
So we can talk about a particular piece of equipment or whatever the case might be, whatever we're working on, we can talk about it and we can share our information. We can show them a schematic or a picture or something across the video. What would really get us to the next level is if, while we've got that link established, if we had a way to transfer basically hard documents where we could transfer to them, they could print it out and have a paper in front of them, like say for instance a schematic for something they're troubleshooting that they don't have in the field. We can look at it, look at the product they're working on, identify what it is, and then immediately send them the information without breaking that link.
That would be amazing.
It'd be a very useful tool.
Yeah, that would be amazing, and I think we're there. We're getting there, very, very quickly. So I kind of finish up every one of these talks where I've been in the tech industry for 10 years now, working for a small startup and working for Google, and now coming over to Vipar. And I always am fascinated by technology. I love it. And I ask everybody, what's their favorite technology? I can tell you that mine was when I got my iPhone, and I could condense all my technology down into one single thing. I didn't have an iPod in one pocket, an Android phone in another, and everything condensed down in one. What is your favorite technology, and when did you realize it?
I would have to say it's my smartphone. Mm-hmm. And I love my iPhone. I never go anywhere without it. I may forget my wallet, but I won't forget my phone. And, I came from, when cell phones first came out, they were big clunky things, and we were amazed that we could make a call without having any wires attached to us, and that was amazing. And now anywhere we go, we've got the internet at our fingertips. We can video chat, we can do all these things. We're so connected everywhere that I just feel lost without my iPhone. And we've actually gone on vacation and been 40 miles out of town and realized that my wife didn't have her phone, and it wasn't even a question. We just turned around, came back, and got it. So, the iPhone has really taken over in a short period of time and has become such an integrated part of everybody's life that it's literally one of those things I don't know how we ever lived without it.
I feel you on that. I totally feel you. I have left my phone somewhere and driven very far to go back and get it. And I still remember my dad having the cell phone that you had in your car, and it wasn't really a cell phone because you had to attach it to something. It was in a cradle and everything. I mean, it was crazy. I still remember those days.
Yeah, I remember that. One of my first cell phones was a bag phone that this big, huge leather monstrosity that sat on the seat. You plug it into the lighter. You had to have an antenna through your window.
Yep.
It was crazy, but at the time that was cutting edge technology.
Yes, it was. All right, Bill. If people want to find out more about you guys, what you do, more about you, where do they go to find out that information?
You know, Altec.com has every bit of information you would ever want to know about Altec. And if you'd like to contact us there, there's a link on Altec.com to get to National Service Technical Support. And I'd be happy to answer anybody's questions they may have.
That's great. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us this week. It was really a pleasure. I love having your insight. It was very intriguing.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks. And if you want to find out more information on Vipar, please visit us at our website, www.vipar.com. Also, follow us on all our social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. And also, don't forget to check out our Lime beta application, our mobile-to-mobile video augmented reality. Thanks for joining, everybody. Bye.